Good day everyone, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to stretch and mobilize the 4 main hip flexors, which I will go through each one at a time. But if you are not ready to go, please press pause, then press play when you are good to go, because I am going to get straight on with today. What I'm going to do is mobilize, stretch, and we're just going to do one round of each for about 16 to 90 seconds. The first hip flexor that I want to stretch is called the Tensior fasciae latea, and it actually situates to the right of the hip. I think roughly off the top of my head about 45 degrees to the right. Can be a problem child if you don't stretch it and mobilize it and or strengthen it, because it can translate the knee inwards. When the knee translates inwards, it can do this. And we all see those runners when they run, as they step, the knee does this, which indicates that there is a probable weakness in, well, one of the glute medius muscles, and or the Tensior fasciae latea may need stretching. When it pulls, it can translate the knee inwards. So it's just one example of how this muscle can be a detriment to certain other areas in the body. So everyone pop onto your feet. What we're going to do is bring the feet together. Arms go above the head. Now from this position, what I want you to do, because it's a mobilization, we're just going to do 12 reps. We're going to push the hip to the side. Remember what I said, the Tensior fasciae latea situates to the side, so we want to move in that position. So the arms go above the head. Let me show you 2 reps. Engage the glutes, so tilt the pelvis, and then you push hip forward, to the side, other side, whilst keeping those arms nice and straight. If you lose the arms, you can lose the depth of the stretch or the mobilization. Ready with me, 12 repetitions. First mobilization, arms above the head, squeeze the glutes, arms above the head, nice and straight, push one side and the other side. Really pushing the hip out. Five. Six more. 7. 8. Last 4. 9. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Nice. Now head onto your knees. So we're going to go into a split stance. Today is going to be pretty flowy. I'm not going to rest too long between each one because it's a mobilization stretch. I'm going to keep it nice and flowy for you today. Keep it efficient. So 1 foot down, 1 knee forward. Now it's a stretch, so we hold the position. Mobilization is with movement, dynamic. Static is with an isometric hold. The same arm comes above the head. And all you're going to do, you'll sit, so that's the key thing here, sit first, and then you push out. So you should get a nice activation all along the side here, even leading into the obliques. So you're here, you sit, again, that pelvic tilt, squeeze the glutes, hip flexor, and then push out and hold. Try not to compromise into the spine either. You don't really want to go into a back extension. Just going to do 30 seconds here. Last 10. A little bit deeper if you want and if you can. Lovely. Everyone swap sides. Again, support the knee if you can. No knee injuries here. Beautiful. Toes up on the back leg, sit into the hips, squeeze the glutes, arm above the head, keep it bent, push into the hips first, slight side bend and hold. Keep the posture up, head looking up. Ten seconds, again, deeper if you want / can. Beautiful. Great stuff. Release the stretch. Lovely. We're going to move straight on to the quadriceps. So the rectus femoris. Rectus femoris does contribute to hip flexion. Hip flexion, by the way, is anything this, where the hip comes up in that position. And there's 4 main hip flexor muscles. The second one we're going to mobilize and stretch is here. Key point, if this gets short and tight, it can potentially be a major contributor to knee pain. What I've seen over the last 8 years is if people keep on top of stretching the quadricep, then the knee is in a much better position, because if it gets tight, it pulls, which can pull the knee. If you consider a lot of people are now sitting at desks all week, and then we go to the gym, isolated machines, sitting down, watching TV, having dinner, the quadricep just gets tighter and tighter. So today, if you do feel it tight, please keep on top of it after this session to keep the knee healthy and to keep the surrounding areas of the hip nice and loose. I'm going to give you 2 options. If everything is okay, we're just going to simply do this. Mobilize, so you sit, back up. So you sit, back up. Option 2 is to place the hands on the floor. Same process applies, sit, back up. Again, if that's too much, just sit back a little bit, back up. So what's happening is you're getting a mobilization as you go down, that's stretching in this angle, then coming up. Ready, pick your option, 45 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. By the way, you can use your hands to push yourself back up as well. Remember your option. If it's too much, just go onto the forearms. This is all about beginners, so work what feels right for you. Up and down. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now for the stretch, I need you to get close to a wall or a bed or the end of something where you can put your foot up, or a sofa if you're doing this in the living room. So please press pause now and then press play when you're good to go, and then I will be ready. Okay, great. So what we're going to do is place the foot and most of the shin up against the bed, the sofa, or a bench, wherever you are. Place your foot nice and high. The closer the knee is to the wall, the deeper the stretch will be. So start neutral, maybe start quite far out to begin. See how your knee is, see how the quads are, and then we can always progress back. 60-second hold. I'll let you get in position. If your balance is a bit off, make sure you support yourself as well. And hold. Really tall posture. Keep the glutes squeezed, belly button in. None of this is forced. This is all for you. I have a rule, work what feels right for you. Essentially work the positions which feel natural for you. So hopefully right now you're getting a deep stretch on that front leg. "20 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Swap legs. Give you 5 seconds. Get in position. Nice strong posture. If you feel the lower back too much, then your knee is too far back for your position right now. So just move the knee forward. And let's hold. Maintain breathing, maintain good posture. Deeper if you can, slash if you want. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Very good. Nice. Moving on to mobilization and stretch number 3, which is for the psoas muscle. So all you need again here is just your mat. You don't need to be by a wall, so you can move yourself back to the position that you were. Press pause if you need, press play when you are good to go. Stretch number 3. The third one we are going to address today is the psoas. The psoas is a weird one, to be honest. It connects from the lower back, which then connects to the front of the body, leading down towards the hip. Again, major contributor to hip flexion. It's a weird one because it's deep within the body. It's hard to get to, it's hard to address, but it's so important because it is the bridge between the upper body and the lower body. Imagine two islands, island A, island B. The psoas is essentially the bridge between island A and B. Island A is the upper body, island B is the lower body. If anything happens between the two islands on that bridge, then island A, island B will be affected. Food can't get to and across the island, families can't reach one another. That's what happens on the human body. Island A, there could be potential problems. Island B, there could be potential problems. So the point is, we need to keep on top of the psoas because it bridges the lower to the upper. I hope you enjoyed that little analogy I used there. So to mobilize, all we are going to do is a little back extension whilst pushing the hip forward for 30 seconds each leg. So you'll be here, push the hip forward. See how I push forward there? Slight back extension, open the chest, and then down. So inhale, push. Exhale, inhale for 30 seconds. Ready when you are. Support the knee once again if you are on a hard surface. I know I repeat myself a bit, but repetition is good because you remember it for next time then. Let's go, 30 seconds. Opening up. And last one. Beautiful. Transition. 30 seconds once again. Support the knee. Let's begin. Last one. Beautiful. And rest down. For the stretch, we are going to, onto our mat. One foot will come outside of the hand. Now you can just position the foot where it's comfortable. You don't need to go into crazy pretzel positions. But with a back leg, I drop. I point the toes back. Now this front leg, if you can bring it further forward as much as you can, again, don't force it. From here, I'm going to sit into that back leg whilst pushing the hip down, whilst squeezing the glutes. Notice my spine isn't going into extension or it's not rounded. Holding in that position. You're actually getting a stretch in the front of the hip, but that psoas is getting a nice deep stretch as well, if you are tight. Ready? So pick your side. Get prepped up. Foot down first, then place the hands. Push that back leg back. Further it goes back, the deeper the stretch. 3, 2, 1, push down and hold. $30 seconds all together. So another 15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Swap sides. I did jiu-jitsu this morning and my knee is a little bit sensitive. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Push the back leg towards the floor, squeeze the glutes, spine nice and neutral. Again with that front leg, it doesn't need to be deep, it can be just to the side a little bit. Just work what feels good for you. It doesn't need to be too deep, doesn't need to be forced. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Coming out nice and slowly. Good stuff. Everyone, I know you're going to miss me, but we have one more stretch. So let's prep up for the adductors. So the adductors, they're a weird area because you wouldn't really consider them as a hip flexion. But again, they are a major contributor to hip flexion. And if they get tight, we all know that feeling when the adductors get tight or one of the adductor muscles get tight. It's a really discomforting feeling, especially if you're sitting at desks all day. This is just going to get naturally tight if we don't address it. So it's again a key area to keep on top of. What we're going to do as our dynamic movement, the leg will come out and the back foot will come up. So you're on the toes. Let me show you to the side. So you're on the foot like that. And what you will be doing is just pushing back and pushing forward. So pick your side, position yourself on your hands, feet facing forward, and the arch of the foot is off the ground. Back foot, back toes up, hands in front of you, push back, ready, 3, 2, 1. Nice. So hopefully you get a nice stretch within the adductors there and sitting into the hip at the same time. So there's a few things happening. 30 seconds. Inhale, exhale in. 10 seconds. Last one. Lovely. Transition. Straight across. Hands down. Arch of the foot up. Sitting into the toes. Let's go. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, and finish off. 1. Lovely. Mobilization complete. Now to our static. So I want you to head onto your feet. Lovely. As our last one, we're going to take one step out to the side, another step out to the side. We're going to be isolating one leg. With the leg that you're not going to be isolating, that is going to go bent. So you're sitting into the glutes. So from the side, it will look like this. You sit down and you're going to rest onto the thigh whilst that adductor is getting a nice stretch. So you're here. This is the leg that I'll be stretching. You sit, foot turns in, and you hold. We're going to do 10 seconds. You're going to come out. You're going to go other side. 10 seconds, you're going to come out. And we're going to do that 3 times. This is it. Final one. Take a nice wide stance. Again, work what feels right for you. Don't force this. Pick your side. Sit, even if it's a little, sit like that. Go where you feel it. And we're going to hold 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come out. Rest the legs. Other side. Try to keep heel to heel. Keep your nice posture so you're not compromising the spine. You don't want to be rounding up. 3, 2, 1. Shake the legs. It's a leg workout as well, hey? Sit. Three, 2, 1. Other side. 3, 2, 1, and the final one. 3, 2, and 1. Softly come out. Legs forward. Namaste. Beautiful, everyone. So today we did our 4 main hip flexors. We targeted, what did we target? It's been a while since I began. Tensior, fasciae, latea, then we did the rectus femoris, so the quadricep, then we did the psoas, and then we did the adductor, one of the adductor muscles. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope the hips feel nice and loose. Go for a walk now, do a few squats, whatever you feel like doing. I really hope it helped, and as always, thank you for your time. Remember to subscribe to this channel, and big love to you.